Hey everybody, this is davidskarica. So not quite as nice today. This is the 28th as Christmas was. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do these videos over the holidays. It's yeah. I want the holiday videos to kind of be laid back. So it's a Wednesday, so it's a Thursday today. So I'll probably do one Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then I'll take New Year's Eve and New Year's Day off. So anyhow So we're gonna talk. I'll talk about gold a bit today. First of all, I'm sipping. It's like kind of late afternoon. I'm sipping a margarita, and the key to a good margarita is Grand Marnier. I learned this actually about 12 years ago when I moved to this island. I guess it would have been 2011 when I moved to Eleuthera. And there was a restaurant here. It's no longer here. Too bad, because it was like my favorite place. It was called the Beach House. You can look up a map. It was in a place called so I got a little bit of a cough. In Governor's Harbor, and which is to the south over there. And anyhow, they used to have these margaritas, and I would just sit there and have a margarita afternoon sometimes. And it's like an alcoholic, but no, it would just be like once in a while, So anyhow, I would have these margaritas, and I was like, they're so good. And I know there's something about the Grand Marnier, even though they make it even more dangerous because it makes more alcohol in it with the tequila already, is that it smooths it out. Because sometimes when it's just a tequila in the mix, it's kind of harsh, right? So that's the secret to a good margarita. And don't buy crap that Juan Cuervo crap or whatever that's already pre-mixed. Okay, that's the mix I use, right, for the mixer in there. Sometimes I'll make a mix from scratch too, but it's just what I'm saying is don't buy, make your own margarita. Just all you need is some tequila, some Grand Marnier, the mix. Actually, sometimes I'll put a beer in there, like a Corona. Obviously it's a Mexican beer. Margarita is a Mexican drink. So anyhow, so with the markets, we're going to talk about gold again. I know I don't always want to talk about gold, but when we have gold right at 2080, which we are today, we're right on the cusp of breaking out. We've got this 3-year resistance level going back to 2020. There's a great term in technical analysis called the longer the space, the more the base, which basically means, the longer the base, the more the space. Sorry. Maybe that's the margarita kicking in. But anyhow, I'll tell you something else I might do in a second. But anyhow, that we got this big basing pattern or consolidation. So I think that once it breaks out, you're going to go up for a year or two and go up quite a bit, like 50%. I'm looking at 3,000 as my ultimate next kind of target on gold. So, and of course, the gold stocks and juniors should do a lot better than gold if that is the case. So I'm really excited about it. I think everything's set up where it's kind of like we're getting close to the all-time highs going into the end of the year. We're just about to break out. It kind of reminds me of 2003 or 2009 or 2019, these years where the Fed is loosening policy and gold is kind of on the cusp of breaking out. And if you go look at all those years, you had a good at least 12 to 24 month run in all those years. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I've kind of positioned myself, and a lot of my subscribers have done the same thing. The people that do the deals with me have done the same thing. I've got a couple pre-IPOs. I got a couple private placements. I got some deals. I got some senior stocks, etc. So I'm pretty excited about what the new year brings. And and like I said, it's kind of, you get some of those years. I remember 2008. I got killed in the crash. I'm not ashamed to admit this because I was in gold and precious metals and juniors, and I was like, oh, they did great in 2001, 2002. They'll do great again this time. And no, they didn't. They got killed with the rest of the market. So I just remember in 2008, actually remember watching near the end of the year, the Raiders were playing oh, by the way, great win of the Raiders over the Chiefs. So on Christmas as well. But anyhow, and they were playing the Tampa Bay. It's kind of similar to that Chief win. So Tampa Bay, Gruden was the old coach. It was actually the last game Gruden ever coached in Tampa Bay. They had like a lead going into the fourth quarter, and Michael Bush, I don't know if you guys remember him. He was from Louisville. He was a Raiders running back. He broke this long touchdown run, and the Raiders came back and won the game. They were a bad team that year, but at least they ended off. And I was kind of like, well, that's a nice way to end off this crap year. The Raiders knocked Gruden out of the playoffs and basically ended his coaching career in Tampa Bay. And I was just kind of like, well, let's anyhow, let's get 2000. And of course, 2009. And then actually a few months later, I had a conference in Bahamas I hosted, which went really well. And then, I got a book deal. I did really well the next few years in gold and gold stocks, in a newsletter I wrote about gold and precious metals. So it was a great few years. I'm hoping that's kind of what 2023 ends up being, as well. So, I guess I'll just leave it at this. I don't want this to be too long. So I'll put this. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go to addictedtoprofits.net and you'll see the page there, and you'll see the chart of gold underneath. And yeah, like I said, I'm just going to do some fun videos. Oh, what I was going to do too, I'm making a kind of like I don't know if you know what a seafood boil is. So it's a Cajun thing, and you make the seasoning. You boil crab, lobster, shrimp. I don't have any shrimp today, and I'm not going to go out. I don't care because I got tons of crab and lobster. So I'm doing crab, lobster, sausage, corn, and you boil it up. So I'm doing it Bohemian style because I got stone crabs instead of like crab legs or arms or whatever, instead of king crab, which is what you usually use. And I've got the Bohemian lobsters, more like crawfish, rather than, again, like a Maine lobster or something. So I'm kind of putting a little Bohemian, swing on it, but I'm doing that tonight. So, and I'm pretty excited about that. So what I might do, I'm saying in the future is I might do some of these recipes and kind of cook them and maybe talk about investing, so which would be fun, because I believe it or not, I'm actually a good cook. If you looked at my Twitter, I did this like pea bacon, kind of eggs Benedict without the eggs Benedict sauce. It was like, on an English muffin yesterday for lunch, and it was fantastic. There's some pea bacon I had in the freezer from when I came back from Canada in the summer. So, I might do that because I'm a huge food nut. Like I love, food vlogs and whatever. So, okay. So, my cat likes, I'm sure you'll hear, I heard her in the last video. I'm sure you'll hear her again. She was coming up from the yard. So she likes to make maybe she knows when I'm doing a video. She's wants some attention. Okay, everybody take care, and we will we'll have another video out tomorrow on Friday, and on Saturday, and they'll be like this. I'm just gonna do these kind of videos with a chart. So on the website we'll have the chart underneath it, and I'm just I just want to have fun with it, right? So, and it is the holidays, so probably and I may decide New Year's Day, just kind of like a Christmas Day, to do a video as well. Oh, but I'll still have a members video out this weekend where I'll kind of do like our year in review / year preview, and then I'll put that out either, I don't know, like I said, either Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Okay, everybody take care, and yeah.